everybody, I am back here. We are with CC, our good friend from, where is he from? Westchester, New York. There it is. You'd think I would have that memorized by now. But anyway, we're back with CC from Westchester, New York, and we're talking about gravity. And he has some very interesting ideas about what isn't gravity, I guess. I don't know. He goes on, he talks about a bunch of stuff, and of course none of it is provable. None of it is, there's no evidence of it. He doesn't offer any evidence, but he just rambles like he always does. So let's listen to him ramble and point and laugh.
But my problem is gravity. You see, to a flat earther, gravity is a fantastic thing because
gravity is a fantastic thing. And of course, without it, we wouldn't know, or we wouldn't be here. There would be no life on this planet if there was no gravity, CC.
You can't prove it. We don't know what it is. And the only people that think they know what it is and that believe what they're saying has to come from a philosopher or a scientist or a...
Well, sure. Why wouldn't it come from a scientist? Somebody who studies science, who studies things like gravity and stars and the physical world. Why wouldn't we go to that person who has spent their entire life, maybe their entire adult life at the very least, studying the physical world? That's not my field of expertise, that's for sure, and I bet you it's certainly not CC's. But for some reason he would rather take his own advice or use his own evidence, which is very flawed, of course, and not somebody who has spent their entire life studying it.
Astrophysics major, some bullshit.
I believe that what you're looking for is astrophysicist, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He knows a thing or two about the physical world, I'll tell you that, and I bet you he knows a hell of a lot more than you do, CC.
Shit that we'll never understand. But you see, not a single scientist can explain it to us. So if you take gravity out of the picture. Okay,
so why can't anybody explain it to you? It's been explained to me. I've researched it, I've looked it up, I've read the explanation given on NASA's website, and yes, NASA, government agency, blah, 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 but they know more about this stuff than I do. So why wouldn't I take their advice or take their information as true? Because there is nothing that says that it's not, and except you. And you don't offer any alternatives.
Okay. Take gravity out of the picture.
But you can't take gravity out of the picture, CC. I mean, huh?
What's holding together the ball? For all you NASA fans, what exactly is holding the ball together?
Gravity. That is what's holding the ball together, CC. It's gravity. You can't remove gravity from the equation because it is the equation.
If there is no gravity.
But there is gravity. Just because you say there's no gravity doesn't mean that it's true. And people have been proving the existence of gravity for hundreds of years. Or maybe not hundreds of years. I'm not a history buff, but whenever Newton got hit on the head by an apple, whether that is true or not, but that was apparently the moment that he discovered gravity. And it is what everything. It's the thread that holds this universe together. Okay, is gravity. So you can't argue what if there was no gravity, because there is no what if. The what if would be no life. That is what if.
Which you don't understand. What's holding everything together? What's holding everything together with this universe? How are we moving through a universe? How are we traveling with the sun through this enormous amount of speed? Once gravity is taken out of the equation, none of it makes any sense.
That's why gravity is in the equation, you stupid. I like, seriously. You can't take gravity out of the equation. It is the equation. None of this exists. None of this world around us exists without gravity. Okay? So saying that it doesn't exist, or that what would happen if it wasn't true, or if it didn't exist, I mean, whatever you want to call it, it exists. And we wouldn't be here without it. Whatever you want to call it. Call it gravity, call it a force, call it the force. I don't care. It exists and it's real. And without it, we wouldn't be here.
So you have to understand that gravity is bullshit from what you've been taught.
Why'd you have to go and say that, CC?
And once you understand that, and you understand that all of these scientists back 50, 70 years ago have come up with a computation that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense to you because you choose to remain ignorant. But the equation that calculates the attractive force of different bodies that have mass is basic. It's basic physics. So just because you don't understand it, CC, doesn't mean that it's not true.
But there's nothing holding you together. There's nothing holding anything down. But once you realize that, well, then you might want to rethink your ball. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
Okay, that was just bonkers. I mean, I think we can all agree that that was just, like, that's it. I mean, flat earthers, they think that everything they're told by mainstream education, you know, elementary school, is wrong. They think that it's we've all been indoctrinated to believe these things, and of course they don't take into account the fact that all of this stuff has been independently verified. Okay, that means non-government agencies, like non-NASA agencies, do these experiments, do these studies, they research this stuff independently of each other. They go out, they do the research, they get results, and and they see it, and they make interpretations. They interpret the data, and away they go. They're off to the races. But the thing with UCC is you just don't understand, and you choose to remain ignorant, and that's sad. That really is. I feel sorry for you, man. You should really take some time and talk to people who know more about this stuff than you do, because there's a big gap there.